Hasbro, Valorverse, Mattel, NECA, and more. These were the companies chosen to make most of his action figures, but Articulated Ninja added an extra ingredient to his collection: kit bashing ads. Thus, the Quick Custom Recipe series was born, where he takes parts from different figures to make quick, custom recipes. And sometimes it's great and sometimes it's mid, but hey, get inspired and make your own shit. Yo, what's good everybody? Articulated Ninja here. And I have done some pretty extensive customs in my life as far as sculpting and all that stuff. But what I enjoy more is just simple kit bashing. Just heating up parts, mixing and matching pieces from different lines. Now, I'm not the best, but you guys can take what I'm doing and make it 10 times better. So that's all this is. I post a lot of this stuff up on my Instagram, so go check me out on Instagram if you want to see more of my kit bashing customs. So this series, I'm just showing you guys what can be done just quickly, easily, and simply. That's why it's called Quick Custom Recipes, because majority of this stuff can be done in 15 minutes or less. And for me, I just love simple ass action figure kit bashing recipes. I just love them. And I am mainly using a space heater to heat the figures up. You can use hot water. Sometimes I use crazy glue, and I use a Dremel. Those are really the only 3 things that I need, and a lot of times I don't even need the Dremel. The entire point of this series is just quick, simple kit bashing, and for me it takes it to a whole nother level because I get to make a figure better, or just make a figure more of what I want it to be versus what the company tells me it has to be. So the first sexy lady we have here is the female Snake Eyes. You could call it Jinx, call it whatever you want to. I just like the idea of a female Snake Eyes. I just think it's cool, man. Like, hopefully Classified does give us a Jinx or a female Snake Eyes soon at some point. That would be dope. But until that happens, I am extremely happy with this simple ass kit bash. It's a Valorverse Action Force black female trooper body. I took Pandora's arms since Pandora has the hand wraps on her arms. I have a Classified Snake Eyes head on there. And then the ponytail comes from a Marvel Legends, I believe, Sharon Carter. I think it'll be on screen, I'm not sure. And honestly, you can use any ponytail from any figure and you could just crazy glue it on. What I did, I just drilled a little hole into it, and I had a thin like staff weapon. You could use a toothpick, anything, but just crazy glue the toothpick into the ponytail and then Dremel a little hole into the head, and the ponytail is basically articulated at that point. You're just basically using a small thin rod that drills into the head to be able to articulate that ponytail. That's all I really did. I did Dremel out the head a little bit, and then I put some glue in there just to tighten it up because I Dremeled it out way too much, because I'm still an amateur, I make mistakes. Overall, it's a super simple custom, and I love how baggy the pants are, but how tight and curvy the top section is. That's just something, you know, as far as Action Force girls, he makes his girls look strong. They don't look thin, they don't look skinny or weak, and they look like some strong ass girls. So I wanted her to be a little bit bigger compared to Scarlett and Covergirl, who's on Classified bodies. I wanted her to stand out and look like, just like she's a little bit bigger, arms a little bit stronger, like she can actually trade some blows with some guys. I didn't want her to be a small, petite, little female Snake Eyes. So of course I went with Action Force body to do that. Next up, we have Covergirl. And I fixed my Covergirl's arms using my Zorana video that I made. But this head is an old school ass Danger Girl action figure head. I don't know if you guys remember those figures, but they were like basically statues. They were static as they didn't move at all. But they were done by McFarlane Toys, and of course he was making statues, but the detail was there. His detail was always spot on. And you see her in the right, her name is Natalia. She looks bad. So as soon as I seen that they were making a Covergirl, I was like, oh my God, I gotta find a really nice blonde face. So I decided to go with this old school McFarlane Toys Natalia figure. Like, this figure I believe was released in 1999. Guys, this figure is 23 years old, and for me personally it still looks really nice on a modern day figure in 2023. That's crazy. Let me say that one more time. This head is from an action figure from 1999. If I want to nitpick, the skin tones don't match up exactly. If I wanted to fix it, I would. I have some blotchiness on her face, but it's fine. I'm gonna put her on a shelf, and she's going to look bad as hell with my other classified girls. And I think I like this head sculpt way more than the head sculpt we currently got for her. Not that that was really bad, but I just like this one more. So, and this is the beautiful thing about kit bashing. You get to make something your own. And I like the blonde Covergirl. So, and to me, McFarlane did a good job with the anime eyes and everything. Like, she looks like a runway model in her face here for me. And I had to use the Dremel, guys, especially on her neck and her jawline area, because it was like the neck was also combined with the head. Since it's an old ass figure, it was like came in one. The joints were super outdated and ridiculous, but at the end of the day, we made it work with just heating parts up and a Dremel, basically. So I was happy with that. Still did this in under 5 minutes probably. I should have probably took my time more. It looks a little rough, but I'm okay with it. Like I said, not the biggest fan of the paint apps on the face. Everything isn't perfect, but I'm happy with this on the shelf. And next up, we have just another simple head swap with Scarlett. She's on a classified body, but she's using a Marvel Legends Black Widow head. I get asked a lot, hey, what head are you using for that figure? Because I use her in a lot of size references throughout my action figure videos. So a lot of people ask, it's finally being answered. So I'm using this Black Widow head, and I do think overall this is one of the best Black Widow head sculpts we have ever gotten from Marvel Legends. But I really wanted Scarlett to look fierce, but at the same time beautiful. She has the full lips, she has nice eyebrows, and the goggles I believe came from a Catwoman action figure. I can't remember exactly which one, but it was a Catwoman action figure. Tons of figures come with goggles and night vision, whatever. So it's just a little accessory. I like the way it looks on her head, parting her hair from her face. Everything done here is just from heating parts up and swapping. So I get people in the comments that, hey, does this head fit on his body? I don't know, doesn't apply to me because I just use a Dremel to make any head fit on any action figure body. I get questions like, hey, what size drill bit are you using on a Dremel? And I don't know, I eye it out, to be honest. You'll have thick ones and you'll have thin ones. You'll know which one to use depending on how big you want the hole to actually be. And a lot of times you could find figures on sale for 20 bucks and just practice on those. Heat them up, find a figure on sale on Amazon for 15 bucks, 10 bucks, and heat it up and just take it apart. Don't be scared, just see what it's like. Just heat the figure up, whether it's hot water or it's an electric heater or whatever. Heat the figure up and just take it apart, and you'll see like, wow, this is much simpler. It was scary for me my first time doing it years ago, but after I got over it, I was like, holy shit, this is actually really simple once the figure is heated up. But my female Snake Eyes for me was the most complicated out of all of them, and this is laughable to a real customizer. This isn't complicated at all, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I forgot to mention that the Snake Eyes peg that's on the sheath to the sword actually pegs right in to the Action Force hole on the back of the female trooper, so you don't even need to worry about that. The sword literally just pegs right in. But I like this figure a lot. I'm so happy with her because she was so simple, and this whole time I had every piece that I need just sitting there to have a badass looking female Snake Eyes. I know it's not perfect, it's just about what makes me happy on my shelf. So you guys see this, make it 10 times better. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think of everything, and thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. This has been the first episode of Quick Custom Recipes. If you guys think I should continue this series, showing off some more of my quick customs from my collection, comment down below, let me know. But yo, y'all be safe out there. Remember, take what the company gives you and make it your own. It doesn't have to be what they say it has to be. G.I. Joe, classified, Marvel Legends on my mind, Valaverse and NECA time, Mythic Legions I must find, SH Figure Arts I can't lie, Rebel Tech got my pockets dry, Set Action Figures for life, Articulated Ninja is nice, yeah, you might wanna subscribe, Action